Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Dawn Patrol. I'm Cliff Krieger, your host. We have Eileen Delrossi is en route, my co-host, and we have our producer, John McDonough. Later, we hope to have Fred Bahou on. So, U.S. national debt, $39.296 trillion, marching up there. Low of 62, high of 81. It's raining out there, so it's a rainy day. Looking back in history, in 1917, during World War I, the American Expeditionary Forces begin to arrive in France, and they enter combat on the 4th of July. The commanding general, John J. Pershing, is supposed to have said on arriving in France, Lafayette, we are here. So, sort of a payback for Lafayette supporting us 250 years ago today. In 1918, again in World War I, Allied forces under John J. Pershing and James Harbord defeat the Imperial German forces under the Wilhelm, the German Crown Prince, in the Battle of Belleau Wood. Then we jump to 1945. UN Charter is signed by 50 nations in San Francisco, California. I always thought it was interesting it was signed in San Francisco. 1948, during the Cold War, the first supply flights are made in response to the Berlin blockade. So, in 1953, Lavrentiy Beria, head of the MVD, is arrested by Nikita Khrushchev and other members of the Politburo. Lavrentiy Beria's famous phrase was, "Give me the man and I will give you the case against him." Sometimes shortened to, "Give me the man and I'll give you the crime." Not a good look for police. In 1963, during the Cold War, President John F. Kennedy gives his Ich bin ein Berliner speech, underlining the support of the United States for democratic West Germany shortly after Soviet-supported East Germany erected the Berlin Wall. And in 1967, Carol Wojtyła was made a cardinal by Pope Paul VI, later to be Pope John Paul II. In 1974, the Universal Product Code is scanned for the first time to sell a package of Wrigley's chewing gum at the Marsh Supermarket in Troy, Ohio. Is that right, John?
Apologies, Cliff. I'm trying to get Facebook going.
Oh.
What was your question?
Today is the anniversary of the first time the Universal Product Code was scanned to sell a package of Wrigley's gum.
What year?
1974.
Could be right.
Okay.
Could be right. My father-in-law made a fortune on the barcodes.
Yeah.
He started barcodes with a couple of his buddies for inventory for companies. They usually take a hardware store. How many different screws do they have in the store? How many different nails? Different drill bits? They each got a barcode. And that was part of my father-in-law's team, and he loved that. It was great stuff.
So, in 1997, J.K. Rowling published the first of Harry Potter novels, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This was in the UK. In 2003, U.S. Supreme Court ruled in Lawrence versus Texas that sex-based sodomy laws were unconstitutional. And then in 2015, the Supreme Court ruled 5-4 that same-sex couples have a constitutional right to marriage under the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. And now we're trying to destroy marriage. In 1819, Abner Doubleday was born. American general, died in 1893. He was president at the Battle of Gettysburg, and on the first day took command of Union troops when Major General John F. Reynolds was killed. So the question for John is, did Abner Doubleday bring acronyms to the military, or did he take them from the military and bring them to baseball?
Insider baseball is my guess.
Okay.
They love to talk in code. You know, LMNOP.
Yeah. In 1824, William Thompson, 1st Baron Kelvin, was born, an Irish-Scottish physicist and engineer. He died in 1907. He gave us the Kelvin temperature scale.
I thought he gave us the Thompson machine gun.
No. That has a P in it. This is Tom's son without a P.
Tom's son?
Yeah.
Wow.
I
wonder if his great-grandfather was a Tom.
I don't know. In 1892, Pearl Buck was born, an American novelist, essayist, short story writer, Nobel Prize laureate, and she died in 1973. And in 1898, Willie Messerschmitt, airplane designer, German, was born. He died in 1978.
Where did he die?
I think in Germany.
I think he came to America.
Independence Day in Somaliland is celebrated today. It's International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. International Day in support of victims of torture. And it's World Refrigerator Day. Here we are. So in the FIFA Cup, the U.S. lost to Turkey last night, 3-2. So, but we still advanced to the final 32 round. That we'll see how we do. So, does anybody have any idea where we are in discussions with Iran? I mean, the IRGC just shut down the Straits of Hormuz.
Cliff, you were right. Messerschmitt died in Germany. Munich, West Germany. And we're dealing with a pack of liars. the United States government's lying to us. And the Iranians, if their lips are moving, they're always lying. And the same thing with Ukraine and Russia. So nobody can really know what's going on. And you have news media that hates Trump, so no matter what he says, they're going to say, well, the Iranians are saying otherwise. So it's nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And the government should be held accountable for telling the truth. Do you know when you're being interviewed by a cop, the cop can lie to you?
Yeah.
Not everybody, they think the cops have to tell the truth. Do you know if you lie to a cop, it's a crime?
Yeah. I think it's wrong, but it's the way it is. So Wednesday, the Senate, for the first time after 10 attempts, approved a war powers resolution. I said Wednesday, Tuesday, seeking to block U.S. military action against Iran. I mean, that's weird. Iran has been doing military action against us for 47 years. And President Trump was mad, and I think the Senate rescinded their vote. It's not a good thing. And the Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer of New York said, time after time, the vast majority of Senate Republicans sided with Trump and his war instead of the American people. Actually, I think that the president is siding with the American people. The idea of Iran having a nuclear weapon is kind of scary to me. I mean, it's one thing...
What's really scary to you, Cliff? If it's kind of scary that they get a nuclear... What is very scary to you?
Yeah, very scary to me is my wife slipping away.
And so that compared to... I understand. Thank you for your answer. I think it's very scary that they get a nuclear weapon.
So North Korea has a nuclear weapon. There was an article saying that they're deploying them on a new destroyer they've just commissioned. But North Korea, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, sees itself sustaining over time. And they're already talking about the successor to Kim Jong-un, the president leader. It'll be his daughter, who's a older teenager right now. But Iran's different. Iran is looking for the coming of the end of the world. And I think they'd be happy to hurry it along by nuking the United States. We are the great Satan, after all.
So they say.
So they say.
Good morning. One thing going on is that oil price per barrel is falling. Does that mean we all get a break on our taxes? According to the city council, taxes go up because costs go up. That's from Jay. Taxes will never go down.
I think Montana cut their tax, and it turned out their tax revenue went up. Saw an article on that earlier in the week. But
that's one of Cliff's hobbies. He loves to correct people.
No.
Where's Montana?
I love
what tax did Montana lower, Cliff?
Their income tax.
Their income tax. And they got more. Wow. Do you think the taxes are going to go down in Massachusetts?
No.
Oh, okay. Thank you. When?
What?
When are taxes going to go down in Massachusetts?
When? No, they're not going down in Massachusetts.
That's what I said. And you said, Montana, they ride horses. Okay.
Yeah. Interesting shaped state with that little rectangular with that little bump in the southwest corner. So Schumer calls this Trump's historic blunder in Iran. It'll go down in the history books as one of the worst foreign policy forays America has ever made.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He's entitled to his opinion, and I don't think any of this is going to get written down in history.
You don't?
You heard me. Are you hearing about the pullout of Afghanistan on the news lately? That's been a forgotten history point. The pullout of Vietnam. That hasn't hit the newsstands lately. Forgotten history.
Well, not forgotten in my mind.
Well, when they name assassination attempts, they always skip Reagan. Why?
I don't know why.
Just they forget. They forgot. We have news reporters who they don't pay them enough money to really research things. They go on Google and that's who they're going to grab. Google. Whatever Google says is gospel.
Yeah. To them it is.
Hi, Eileen. Boy, you got a load today, kid. Got the paper and everything. Thank you. Am I taking this? That's good. Thank you.
That will get TV credit.
Here we go. Eileen Delrossi.
After you put your stuff down, can you make me a coffee?
Yeah.
Thanks. After you put your stuff down.
And she has a quiz for us.
I found lots of other things and an assignment because I am a teacher.
Thank you.
How do you like it?
Just how it comes out. Natural coffee.
Black?
Yep.
So I noticed that Eileen's left arm is not all wrapped up. So, Eileen, are you recovering from your operation satisfactorily?
I am. I'll show you.
Here he is. Thank you.
Show the camera.
So, good morning, everybody.
Morning, Eileen.
Good morning. So this is the carpal tunnel that they did, and then I don't know if you can see that, but
Yep.
that's there you go.
See a little line?
Yeah, there's like some bruising in there from the incision, but
Wow.
for the most part, I'm lucky. I've healed very well. I didn't realize I was going to have the restrictions that I would have until July 2nd, which is a little depressing. But thus is my life.
Pain's gone away.
No, because if I put it a certain way, I'm like, oh, ow, ow, ow. For the most part, yeah, I don't like to take too much medicine, and they said to alternate Aleve or ibuprofen and Tylenol. So I just took out the Aleve now and I've only taken 2 Tylenol a day. I guess I could go up on that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least you got it done.
I got it done. Hopefully it's the last surgery I ever have in this lifetime. Do we have a guest this morning?
Fred Bahou.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So, earlier this week on Good Morning America, I heard that if somebody can find an old or the oldest Bed Bath & Beyond coupon, that you could get $100,000 home renovation, right? And usually I would say, everyone go find it and get it for yourself. But no, everyone go find it and give it to Eileen, because it would be great for my mom to have a home renovation and for us to be able to build a bathroom downstairs and a real bedroom for her, because she doesn't walk upstairs anymore. So Bed Bath & Beyond coupons. Eileen Delrossi, 557 Beacon Street. Or you can send it to John and I'm sure he'll give it to me. So this is why I have all these old newspapers. I have phone books, I'm looking through these because I'm like, remember there used to be coupons in here, in the back of the book, but it's funny, like, to look at, like, this is how we used to do things, and this is how it was labeled. So much has been taken away of just, like, the normal. And I also found this, the Lowell Sun. It's from 100 Years of the Sun, from 1878 to 1978. And it starts with, like, one of the first articles is, it used to be called the Lowell Sun Weekly. And then, I don't know what this is. 12 Good Men. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I like this stuff, and I think of Cliff when I see it. McKinley shot,
Ah.
right? I figured you'd like to look at it. The Titanic is sinking. All right. Okay.
That's
back
kind
to-
of interesting.
Yeah, I figure if you want to look at it, you can. And then I had sent Cliff this, how smart a U.S. citizen are you? Going through all this stuff at my house, too, you know, I realized my father kept so many newspaper clippings of some of the most important things that's ever happened. And so finding those have been interesting. But I found this and immediately thought of Cliff. It's How Smart a U.S. Citizen Are You? And it was posted July 4th, 2004.
What's the first question?
Ooh, it's how many stripes are there on the U.S. flag? What?
13.
One moment. You're right.
There was a time when there were more stripes, but they decided that they would get
Oh.
too thin.
And the stripes, and the next question is, what do they mean? And it must mean the 13 colonies.
The 13 original
colonies.
states, yeah. What's the next question?
What is the 4th of July?
Well, that's supposedly when we signed the Declaration of Independence.
Independence Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's pretty good. Yeah. So, were you paying attention in the primaries Tuesday with what happened in New York City?
There's just so much going on, and I'm just trying to survive my own life with a 13-year-old, a dog, and a pool, and a mom.
Cliff, no one got elected.
Yeah, but 2 people lost their jobs.
Oh, okay, probably more than that in New York. I bet you at least 1,000 people lost their job. They swore, 1,000 people got a job. They swore in 1,000 New York City cops.
They swore in 1,000.
1,000 New York City police
That's
got
awesome.
sworn in this week.
No, that's good.
And so, can you be more specific? Can you give me the answer to the
Well-
election on Tuesday?
Well, in New
What
York
happened?
City, the mayor, Zoran Mandami, backed some Democratic Socialist candidates, and 2 of them knocked out Democratic House incumbent members. They were defeated. They will not be running for election in November. So the New York one newspaper said this validated Zoran Mamdani as the city's kingmaker.
I did like his speech for the Knicks.
Okay,
The parade before that. I mean, he's a good talker.
he is.
Eileen, I got 2 for you.
Mass High Court blocks state income tax question from November ballot. We would all feel how smart are we questions because we live in a state that's stealing money right in front of us. That's so true. That's great. I mean, I agree. I mean, we live in a place, I mean, it's easier to not show my mother a newspaper because she's so mortified at the things that happen day to day.
Well, have either of you noticed how many wrong way crashes have been on the highway?
There's been 3 or 4
And
massive
the
ones.
state's going, we don't know why this doesn't happen because there's no enforcement. When you go on the highway at nighttime, you say, the state cops aren't working. Nobody's working. That's because the state cops are not doing their job. And they go, we don't know why this is happening. The state cops are not doing their job.
Yeah, I see them often on the highway if I'm bringing Anthony to school, and it's like they're not interested in pulling anybody over or following the legal tidbits.
You know what they don't like when the state cop, and they get, it's funny to be an old buckaroo and you're facing a 25-year-old state trooper who's red hot mad. And you say, what's the matter with you, Krabby Doodles? And they don't know how to react to that. Calm down, Krabby Doodles.
Does it get you out of a ticket?
I didn't get a ticket, no.
Oh.
No, calm down, Krabby Doodles. It's funny.
Because
Too much testosterone.
and I find like a lot of police are just bred from the military and they only see things a certain way. And there's no gray area.
Well, going back to the wrong way crash, because I got a tech coming up on that wrong way crash. And I think it's suicidal. Because if you get killed in your own car accident, your own insurance company pays off.
If you get killed in your own,
Car accident.
does the wrong way crash happen because they have bars open longer? No, this has happened, and I remember because it was the first day, the first Wednesday or Tuesday of May, which was Cinco de Mayo, I think, and we had those Centerville fires, and I remember the next morning when we woke up, I was watching the wrong way crash for the state trooper who lost his life essentially. So I know that was May 6th. And then the next one was maybe 2 or 3 weeks later. And that officer survived, thank God. But this last wrong way crash, not so.
Well, I still think it's a suicidal driver.
A Mackenzie Shirilla.
I don't know any names, but
That's the car that I showed you. When Anthony Leet was here a few weeks ago, she rammed it into a building, killing her 2 friends.
yep.
And the judge said, even if you're suicidal, you didn't take your life. And you need to, you took 2 lives.
Yep.
It was interesting watching that.
Well, in Lowell, we don't have the extended hours on the bars. It came up in the License Commission, and it was voted 3-2 to not extend the hours.
What did you vote?
I voted to extend the hours.
Oh, really? Oh, I would have thought no for you. But I would just like to steal one of the Scottish from the Tottenham. I would like the bars to stay open so we could steal one and bring it to city life.
Ah.
Cliff, what were some of the ingredients in your decision-making to extend the bar to be open?
I see the people in Beacon Hill itching to relax the rules, and I thought this would be a chance to see if a relaxation of the rules made any changes in the behavior of the patrons, behavior of the bars for a month, and then would shut it down. So
I just think honestly, I think in a city like Lowell where drugs are so rampant already and we're literally in crisis mode, opening the bars even later is just giving them another warm place to stay longer.
yeah. So there's a thought.
Well, Cliff, if it's 1:45, and the bar closes at 2, and I order 4 drinks, will they serve me those 4 drinks? And the question 2, does the bar have to be empty at 2:01? Or can patrons sit there and enjoy their beverage until they're ready to leave?
No, they need to be moving on.
That's a roundabout, that's a round answer.
Yeah.
Do they have to be out of the facility at 2:01? That's a yes or no, or I don't know. Those 3 possible answers.
Well, the 4th answer is that I think a little discretion is involved, and if there's one person who's lollygagging and doesn't make it out until 2:03, that's probably okay. Because the big principle is we're shutting the thing down at 2 o'clock.
How about they're in there at 2:15?
At what?
2:15.
Absolutely not.
No, I'm asking him what he thinks, because he has to make the decision. He decides whether you keep your license or you don't.
At 2:15, they should be out.
Key word there is should.
And
Okay, now we're going to go to 2:30, Cliff. At 2:30,
Yeah, they should be out.
another should. See the word should?
Are you against the word should?
That's a lawyer's word.
But Cliff
Should-
has
Are
all
you
the
saying
answers.
should or shit?
Should is an exception. Should. What time must they be out of the facility, Cliff?
Yeah,
They don't have to leave,
I
is
think
what you're
you're
saying.
playing English teacher here.
Well, Cliff, you're saying should, and that's in court. They'll just beat you to death with that word. Should? What do you mean by that, Mr. Krieger? Should be out.
What I mean is a person with a conscience
No, I'm
and
drunk, Cliff.
goodwill
I'm drunk.
will be out.
I'm drunk at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I ordered 3 drinks a quarter of, and I want to finish my drinks. And I asked you, when must I be out of the bar? And it sounds to me like the answer is truthfully never.
And I mean, just bartending and working in the food service industry for a long time, I know as a bartender, 1 person equals 2 drinks. That's it. But depending on who it is, what time it is. Like, sometimes that all changes. And I noticed your Ring camera, too, when I walked in. Very nice.
Yeah, I got that for Father's Day.
So, are you allowed to overserve people?
No, the question was, when do I have to be out of the facility?
I'm sorry. That was the question I was asking Eileen.
No, that's the one you ignored. Okay. You can ignore his question, Eileen.
It's on you as the bartender, the liability. So you have to, I mean, it doesn't come back to the establishment, it comes back to the bartender. Well, it does come back to the establishment, but a bartender could, I mean, be in a lot of trouble for over-serving somebody and not recognizing it. Although it happens often.
You recommend not over-serving.
Yeah, be as safe as possible. There's enough, there's enough worry in this world. The last thing you want to worry about is over-serving somebody.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, back to...
I really think they messed up my coffee. It's really not doing anything for me.
You didn't get decaf by mistake, did you?
I don't know. It's just not like they usually.
Doesn't look very dark. Too much ice?
No, I'm
Thinned
getting
it out?
like sugar. Like I'm tasting like sugar granules or maybe coffee granules too. Like it was the bottom of the pit of iced coffee.
Where'd you get it from?
560 Bridge Street. That place is hopping.
I prefer McDonald's iced coffee myself.
Oh yeah, that's true. I should have thought of that. Oh, but I wanted to bring you guys your Star Spangled Donuts. Can they get some movie TV credit?
Yeah.
How about the amount of shootings happening in a city like
These
Boston?
are Dunkin's to, oh my
I
God.
thought it was the safest
Look at this
city
view.
around. Yeah,
Wait a second
they'll
now.
tell you.
You got it all over my finger now, but that's okay.
Well, Chicago was a mess last weekend. What, they had 6, 7 people killed? 30-some people injured?
That's crazy.
There it is.
Yeah.
Patriotic donut from Dunkin's. Thank you, Eileen.
Holy smoke.
You got one too, Cliff.
But Cliff's is not a star. It's a donut hole, like a donut.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. So,
Diversity,
okay, move on to
equity, and inclusion.
So, Eileen, did we read this one already?
How about the amount of shootings happening in a city such as Boston? I thought it was the safest city around. I'm sure that's what Michelle Wu will tell you. Who knew Colonel Flowers was a party animal voting to keep the bars open all night? I know, Bart, I was intrigued. Mandatory law, every establishment that has a patron there till 2 a.m. should provide travel home to its patrons. Interesting.
Well, what do you do with the Scots?
You steal them. No, I don't know. I mean, it looks like they had a blast when they were here. I mean, Michelle Wu even offered to keep them open as a sister city. Like, I love that. They just will take it over for you.
Yeah. So, we didn't do so well last night. We lost to Turkey.
I won goal. My wife watched the game.
She's a soccer fan? Or is she-
Since they started this internet. But my problem is, I can't tell who the team is. Are those the guys in the black, or are they wearing the red? Which are the U.S. guys? And they never say.
Ah,
I would be lost too.
so back to the elections, the primary elections in New York. Tuesday, the Boston paper said it established streamer Hassan Piker as an emerging power behind the throne. He's on Twitch, which I've never used. Have you used Twitch?
Is it like a Twitter?
I guess.
I don't know. There's so many different ones out there now. And none of them are good for your brain. Ugh.
Well, anyway, Tuesday he was out helping the Democratic Socialists of America. He's referred to Zionism as an international ideology and regularly declares the Israeli state as genocidal. That's pretty strong.
Pretty true.
I don't think so.
Pretty true. But they're just as genocidal.
No.
Yes, they are. Debt to America. Debt to Israel. From sea to shining sea, or whatever they say. I'm sure
From
Cliff
the
will
river to the sea.
There you go.
So this Hassan Piker,
So you don't think that's genocidal, Cliff?
I do,
Okay, that's all I was saying.
that he's said America deserved 9/11. That it brought it on itself, and sort of anti-American, and I don't know. I think that it's not a good situation. I mean, is AOC now a moderate? Are the Democrats heading down the road of democratic socialism?
Listen, to try to decipher that and understand any of it is like being on Twitch, Twitter, or any of those. I don't think it's good. It's like my mom talking to the dog. Like, he doesn't understand. I keep telling her that. I don't think we'll ever understand what's happening with AOC and the Democratic Party. But I do like, every time she's on TV, my mother's like, oh, I can't stand her.
She's kind of cute.
All right, so you like seeing her.
Like what?
You like seeing her.
So anyway, taking New York 13th District, where the incumbent got squashed, they have 750,000 people. They're almost all Democrats, and only 66,000 votes were cast. With the winner getting 49.4%. Daniel Avila Chevalier. So she's the winner. But, are the Democrats going to go so far left that they will lose in the general election?
No, they have a machine. The Republicans doesn't.
Yeah.
You guys still have horses and wicked nice silver swords, beautiful uniforms, and the Democrats have tanks and machine guns. Who's going to win? Best dressed, Republicans. Winners, Democrats.
I'm going to get up and go to my car and get my water because this is not hydrating me because it's gross.
Well, before you go,
Yes. And I'm going to unlock the door for our 7 o'clock guest because I locked it when I walked in.
so has socialism ever worked?
Cliff.
Yeah.
All right. No, I get it. Now it's like me trying to understand. All right.
Now, Cliff, the United
Whatever
States
we're
has only
doing-
existed for 200 years, 250 years. Compared to the Roman Empire, who had a better government?
We have a better government.
Oh, that's what you say. We're only 250 years old.
Yeah.
The Romans lasted for a long time.
And whatever's happening right now needs to be
Eileen,
somewhat
Before you
reversed.
run out for water, I got three messages.
Mr. Krieger started the food talk on a turkey sandwich. Does the panel use mayo, mayonnaise, or mustard? Ooh, that's a good question. I like that. I'm a mayonnaise type of person.
Miracle Whip.
I can see that.
I'll do mayo.
Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 12, under Mass Law, the cutoff time means all alcohol service must stop completely, and patrons do not have to be completely out of the building at that exact second, though they must leave shortly after.
And
Thus,
there is the get out of jail free card. The
That-
waggly word,
should.
shortly.
Should.
Define shortly. No, we forgot to do that.
It wasn't a good matchup for the USA. Every Thanksgiving we lose to Turkey. But you're on a roll this morning.
That's a good one.
So,
Eileen, if you open the fridge door, the bottom drawer has water. Whatever you think, I don't care. But it could be pouring out there.
so Elon Musk is a trillionaire.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
But that was just for one day. He's not a trillionaire anymore. The stock went down.
So, Elizabeth Warren, sitting in her limousine, was opposed to him becoming a trillionaire. I don't think I understand. So,
Wow. Why doesn't she fix the banks? Why do the banks still almost have usury on their credit cards? They're screwing her promise was she was going to fix the banks and make them much more affordable to the common person in the U.S. It was pouring, huh?
When I was like, with my luck, I'll probably like fall down a
Yep.
stair or something. Too many variables involved.
did you unlock the door?
I did.
Yeah, great. So, I did think it was nice that 4,400 other SpaceX employees became millionaires on, thanks to the stock sharing. And that included janitors and cafeteria workers. And 400 of them were worth over 100 million each. So I think that shows that Elon Musk is sharing the wealth, so to speak.
Yeah.
So, and Elizabeth Warren, she says the rich should pay their fair share, but she apparently has no clue as to what the fair share is.
Well, she's probably hoarding money and very rich herself and just talking about that. And what is the definition of rich?
Well, I don't know.
Today's day and age, right? Like, don't tell me Elizabeth Warren is not well off, right? I'm sure she very much is. Elon Musk is just extremely well off and does his best to give jobs an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
And that's a difficult thing to do where, you know, a lot of people in the Senate and the legislature wheel and deal and do the insider trading and oftentimes don't make their own money the most legal and efficient way. So
Well-
I don't know. I have no words. Everybody has an idea of what's best.
Well, I thought this was interesting. Elon Musk's companies employ 170,000 people.
Yeah, I took Anthony out to Colorado in October. Did I tell you guys I met a Uber driver who actually he flies to Texas every week to work for Elon Musk. Elon Musk pays for it. And he had a Tesla in the Uber, and he was saying how great it is to work for Elon. Like, he's great to work for. He comes in and meets them, and there are great benefits and great pay. I want him to open one in Mass. I've looked.
So, on the other hand, AOC drove Amazon out of New York, killing 40,000 jobs. So, Elon Musk is a creator. Others are destroyers.
How did she do that, Cliff? What did she force Amazon to do?
They were trying to open a distribution center, and she managed to get it blocked.
Wow. Okay.
We have a distribution center in Nashua, right? Most bars will announce last call around 1:30 a.m. or 1:45. Yeah. A couple more terms, and the city manager will catch up to Elon Musk's well. That was a good comment, Jay.
Well, I thought this comment by Constantine Kissin says, I think possibly the best thing about Elon Musk becoming a trillionaire is how angry it makes a bunch of losers who've never built a thing in their lives.
Right. He's the definition of the American dream. He was successful, and then he owns his own business. He creates amazing opportunities such as SpaceX, and he creates jobs.
Elon Musk, I read the other day, has launched more satellites than anyone else in the world.
Yeah. And let's just not forget, he's also diagnosed with autism. So that's what autism will do for you. So it just goes to show, like, is it a disability or is it a blessing? A blessing and a curse. So
Well, there's a blogger out there, Data Republican, and she's autistic, and she does a pretty good job of dealing with the data.
I mean, you have to have an extraordinary, brilliant mind to have accomplished what Elon Musk has, and it's interesting.
So the reflecting pool in front of the Lincoln Memorial, President Trump tried to clean it up. He gave a no-bid $14 million contract, and now the algae's back.
Trump, President Trump, call me, Eileen Delrossi, 978-494-3425. I am a pool master. Let me help you. You can only pay me. I'll only take $500,000. We're good.
Well, Barack Obama, I think, spent $34 million, only to have President Trump have to redo it.
There's always a mix. Every year, I mean, this had to have been the most complicated year because of the holes in my pool, because my darling son and his friends playing hide and go seek with sticks. But from what I've learned an awful lot from Rogers Pool, Gary at Rogers Pool, and his son Justin, everybody there. Like you really it's like an education, like a doctorate on pools. And then there's this perfect balance. So does he need algicide or cyaric acid, or is it more chlorine, or what does the pool need? I'll go there, President Trump, with one of my test strips, and I will cure the algae problem. And if I don't, you don't have to pay me the $500,000. How's that?
You are very generous.
Right? What happened to the $14 million? You paid $14 million and it wasn't fixed.
So, I was reading in the press, they were blaming President Trump for this bad outcome. And it turns out they've arrested a bunch of people for cutting up the lining in the bottom of the pool, dumping algae in it.
Oh, setting him up for failure.
Yeah, there are people saying that algae's natural and it should be there.
It is.
And then we had some wiseacre put 8647 in the lawn next to the pool. That's not nice.
No, algae is a unique. It's unique. You can't. I want to say I don't think humans can create algae out of.
Yes, they can.
You can?
It's a product called Rid-X.
Rid-X.
And what Rid-X does is it creates algae in swimming pools.
Ah.
So if you want to tick off your neighbor, go to the store, buy yourself some Rid-X. There it is right there. And dump it in your pool. And you'll see how fast you get algae.
Oh, really?
That wasn't a natural occurrence. It's some sore losers that just want to make the president look bad.
But
They should be embarrassed to do this at the 250th anniversary of Independence Day.
I know.
And it's the Our Side's Gotta Win crowd.
So, John, can you look up?
Hey, Fred.
Can you look up what causes algae? Like, what causes a pool to have natural algae? That's what I'm interested in.
Algae growing all over Freeman Lake. Is that what we're discussing?
No, we're talking about President Trump's pool.
The reflecting pool.
Reflecting pool, got you.
Trump.
See,
Should
that
it-
bad. They spent that much money on it.
I just put a promo there for Eileen Delrossi. Just pay me $500,000, and if I don't get the algae out. Pool algae, a combination of microscopic spores, warm water, and sunlight. See, some years algae is a problem for my pool, but other years it's not.
Gotta make a wider shot there to catch Fred in there.
So-
Constantly blow into the pool. Yeah, I mean, but to rip up. See, I've gotten really intimate with my pool this year. To rip up a lining and to put algae underneath, that just doesn't make sense, because how would it even hold? And then the sand.
The algae, the water is the host for algae.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
So do they chlorinate the pool over in Washington? Because I remember people would run through it and stuff like that. Is that chlorinated? It must be somewhat
I
chlorinated.
think that's the way to do it, but I don't know.
Or is it fresh water?
So we have as our guest for the next hour,
Am I the
Eileen
7
Delrossi
Okay.
on the far end, and in the middle we have Fred Bahou.
Am I the 7 a.m. guest?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Fred Bahu's in the middle according to the graphics on the bottom. However, where we're seated.
We can switch during the break.
Oh, we're going to switch during the break. No need to change the graphics.
And if you don't, I'll change the graphics when we come back.
However we do it.
I love
However
those
we do it.
colors, John, like the mint green and the light pastel tie.
Thank you.
I like
It's pretty wet and dreary out there right now.
Yes.
So it's a good day for television, for a television appearance.
Good day for a nap.
Wow.
So we have a minute left, and I thought I'd mention that hospitals are seeing diseases resurge as vaccinations decline. This is for the New York Times. So I think we need to be careful about avoiding vaccinations.
avoiding them.
On the other hand, Dr. Fauci, I don't know if I trust him to give
he
me
still around?
aspirin.
Is he still,
He's collecting his pension.
well, he's collecting his
course
pension,
he is.
but he's not
And
at the
he's
head.
teaching at Georgetown,
Okay, well, that's a good place for him to teach.
which should
Very
be
liberal college.
an embarrassment to the Jesuits.
And we'll be back in about 30 seconds. Thanks.
It's as close to me as it can get.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to City Life Show. I'm Cliff Krieger, your host. Eileen Delrossi, my co-host, is over on the other side, and in between us is Fred Bahou, Greater Lowell Technical High School School Committee, Lowell Public School Committee. You're into this education thing.
Oh my God! Yes, it's vital. It's vital for our population of the city. It's vital for our city. It's the best thing that we could realistically offer for growth within our community. So education to me is optimum.
And former proprietor of the Windsor shop.
Yes. Yep.
Hey, are you happy having shifted to Windows from Windsor?
I now call it the window shop. You know, a little flip off my old Windsor shop name. My children and I sat together. I was trying to think of a company name, and they said, "Dad, why not the window shop?" So yes, it's been a great transition. I loved the time that I was at the Windsor shop. It gets mentioned on this show frequently, and now I'm excited for the new role in my life, which is basically selling windows, getting windows installed and doors, and making homeowners extremely happy in their choices.
Did you get an LLC for the window shop?
I have an LLC. It's the Window Shop LLC. Yeah, it used to be the Windsor Shop Incorporated. Now we're the LLC. Thank you for asking.
So, Eileen, I got two for you.
Would Elon Musk make a great president, or would he be a disaster like the presidents we have had, Bart?
Wait,
Algie
before
also-
we move on, he can't be president.
Oh, he wasn't born in America.
Not
He was born
born.
in Africa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's Algie, also known as scum. Why are we shocked that there's scum in Washington?
God.
These comments are awesome this morning.
So, how are things at Greater Lowell Tech?
Well, we recently had a graduation. We graduated extremely large class, 600 students. Everything's progressing well. We recently put up our new modular classroom, so those run for the full year this year, which was, terrific to have that space available to us, not have overcrowded classrooms like we've had for the past number of years. Currently, the Lowell Youth Leadership Program has just started their summer program over at Greater Lowell Tech.
That's
And-
Andre Lopez.
That's
program,
correct.
right?
Yes. Andre, Lisa, the whole crew do a absolute magnificent job guiding students for a growth within the community and a camp that's no cost to their parents or to the students. So it's an amazing program. They give kids opportunities to learn about financial literacy, about programming that is beneficial to them long term. It gives them opportunities to speak and to begin to realistically get comfortable within their own skin. So that's a huge program that we offer at Greater Lowell Tech. We are beyond sign-ups. It actually started yesterday. I believe there's 140 to 175 kids that attend that program throughout the summer. It's a 4-week program, and we're excited to host it.
So this is the first year the Voc has hosted.
Oh no, the Volks hosted it for at least 6 years now.
Oh.
It's just kept growing. It's just kept growing.
That's awesome.
Yes. So it's I'm very grateful that that whole crew at Lowell Youth Leadership Program can go ahead and offer that, and to use our facilities for that as well.
Well, to me, it's more than the high school. My 24-year-old grandson is taking a welding course out there right now. So,
We have the facilities.
Yeah.
We have the facilities. As long as we have the manpower to go ahead and offer that type of programming to people that are realistically older, and it does not necessarily have to be a student that's between the ages of 13 and 18 anymore. We could offer programs that will help you grow your resume and ultimately prepare you for a long-term job, a long-term high-paying job. So we're very proud of the facility and all that's been done at Greater Lowell Tech.
so You're on a search for a new superintendent, or have you settled that?
Yeah, so ultimately, we had a long conversation, and we chose the assistant superintendent, knowing that the field of applicants can sometimes be very limited and reduced. So we knew what we had. The school's been progressing so well over the past 6 years under Ms. Davis's tenure. So ultimately, the school committee made the decision, why don't we keep that progressing forward? And we did, so we chose the assistant superintendent, Michael Barton, in our last school committee meeting to become our superintendent for the next 3.5 years.
Freddie, I appreciate your generosity with time and your courageousness to come on this show. Now, when it comes to the school committee, is it Santa Claus and the reindeer paying this guy more than the person you have?
We are not paying the person more than the person. We are not paying the we're not paying the
new guy, is
newly
he gonna
hired
get-
superintendent more than what the superintendent
So what kind of
is
dough we
making.
paying this new superintendent?
Well,
Can you
let's
say
take a
yet?
look.
Is the contract all done?
Is the contract all done?
If
Was it
it's not,
signed?
we'll talk next time.
Yeah, it wasn't signed yet.
Okay, never mind. We'll
But
talk
we
next
are in
time.
negotiations for that. But, it is a good salary in today's, that we're discussing. All superintendents make a lot of money. But thank you for the statement, John, of you appreciate
It's
me
true.
being on the show.
It's true. Most people are chicken.
And me, getting in the hot seat, because I know this middle seat, this one runs hot. I'd
because-
rather be co-host.
We have the luxury of time. The radio, they have 12 minutes.
I know, so limited on the radio. I was just listening on the way in.
We can really cook a turkey.
Yes, there are no commercials here.
Who's doing the WCAP? Is it Francisco? Jose?
Jose Cervantes and Francisco Maldonado. And
I
they
think
have
they're selling
guest
T-shirts.
hosts.
Let me go to
Erin
Facebook.
Gendron, too?
I think she
do a little
shows
bit?
up like one day a week.
Oh, all right.
Yes, so they have a guest host every week on top of Francisco as well as Jose.
I like that.
I wish them all the luck in the world.
Yeah, that's
It's a big
a
undertaking,
great.
right? 3 to 4 hours
Triplet.
per morning, 5 days a week.
For free.
Yeah, at no cost. Well, you do it for no cost as well,
Yeah,
Jim,
that's true.
right? And you enjoy what you do, as does Cliff.
He gets the publicity of it, putting people in the hot seat.
So Lowell Public Schools, did you ask that question yet?
No.
Okay.
I have an intermediary question.
Oh, great, let's do it.
Eileen,
Oh,
how's your surgery recovery going?
it's going. Oh, I like that picture. That's awesome. I can't believe those guys doing it all for free too.
That's a great picture. I
That's-
mean, that's a great marketing picture.
Yeah, it is.
We should have a marketing picture for.
It's also AI enhanced.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
There's no way Jose's that handsome.
He looks like $1 million. And so doesn't
And
Francisco.
look at Cisco. Look how light his skin is. There's no way.
Well, you see him after he
I'll
comes
tell
back
you,
from a
they
3-month
look
vacation.
they look wonderful.
They do.
They look wonderful.
They
Just
do.
the jealousy's coming through. That's all.
Makes me want to tune in.
Good guys.
So,
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm good. So this is my carpal tunnel. It's healing pretty nice, and then this is my cubital tunnel, which takes a little longer to heal from.
but you'll be good for the 4th of July.
I think July 2nd is the date I go back for the post-op. Yeah, I mean, I tried to get out of housework and laundry and everything. That didn't work out well for me.
Yeah, the laundry just doesn't care. Doesn't respect how you're feeling.
Are you limiting the use of your left hand?
Oh yeah,
What do you
big time. It's not painful. It's just sore if I hold it a certain way for too long, or if I put it on a table.
And they don't give you a little sling to put it in? That's
I had a sling the first day and a crazy nerve block. Huh. She put the nerve block and it makes your hand like dead. It was such a day that day. My friend's car broke down on 93. It was, I'm like flopping my arm around.
Oh my God. Trying to
How
help.
did your car break down?
My friend's car broke down the alternator. The worst part is I called AAA and the guy, I just thought we needed to be jump started. And So the guy on AAA is like, we don't do the jump start on the highway. It will have to be towed. I was like, okay. Then a Mass DOT helper came, and he had a jumper pack, and it didn't work. So then I had to call AAA back, and that same guy answered and said, ma'am, didn't I tell you that your car most likely has to be towed and not just jump started? I was like, yes, you did. You were absolutely right, and I was wrong. And that took a lot from me.
Yeah. So, I'm surprised that the producer has not exhibited disgust at the fact that apparently City Hall is closed on next Thursday and Friday.
In celebration of,
Yeah. Closed for 2 days.
what's the celebration day? Is that Friday?
Friday would be considered the.
See, government doesn't think that they're real people. They think that they're not going to miss us. Then why do we hire you? Why are you even there?
It's not a half day on Thursday? I'm surprised it wouldn't be a half day on Thursday. Who made that decision? Was that the city manager? Was that the city council?
Everyone works for the city manager.
That's correct. Well, I don't know what you mean by that, but did the city council vote for that, to close?
No, they don't have to. It's under the manager's decision-making. And usually it's swept under the carpet. Don't tell anybody. We're closed next week. Don't tell anybody.
I didn't know.
Remember when
I
they
didn't
used to
know a
go-
thing about it. So
Remember in the olden days where they used to go golfing on every Friday?
no, everybody golfs every Friday.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So anyway, the License Commission met last night
Oh,
and voted 3-2 to not extend hours at the bar, at the restaurants for 1 hour.
Cliff was a yes vote for it, which is surprising.
so they chose not to extend the hour. I think it was one more hour that bars could be open
For a
beyond
month.
for 30 days, starting
Yeah.
sometime July 1st or August 1st,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like that was a safe decision, considering the bars do get, sometimes a little bit rowdy
I just thought of like
after
the
1 in the
home-
morning, 2 in
Yeah.
the morning, even 3 in the morning.
and the homeless and the drug population. I just thought it would give them an extra hour, extra time to be in a public place, which wouldn't be good.
Well, it sounds like it was pretty a discussed program, a vote. If it went 3-2.
We had public hearing, and we had 5 or 6 people come out and give their opinion. I've never seen so many people. Very happy about that.
With the enrollment increasing at the vocational school, will there
Did
be
you get a little
another-
tighter with the mic, Eileen? That's better.
With enrollment increasing at the vocational school, will there be another one built within 10 years? Committeeman Bahou is trying to get a replica over at the high school. A question, did Drake shoot down the new school that was to be built at the Campbell? I do not know.
Yes, they did.
Yes.
By 99 votes. And you talk about glee, honest to God.
Since we've established that Cliff loves to party, should the neighbors be worried about him pool hopping at 2 a.m.? I would be more worried about him pool hopping, like skinny dipping pool hopping.
I'll answer the question on vocational schools. At Greater Lowell Tech, unfortunately, we do not have any more space to go ahead and build out, considering the soccer fields, lacrosse fields, baseball fields, football fields, tennis courts, and so on and so forth. So that facility has really, grown to its capacity. It would be great if we could develop more, another Voc school across the state of Massachusetts. Cliff, the host, has been beating that drum for a number of years. However, we are starting this September. We're waiting for the state to give us the okay, but it seems like they walked through our school not long ago and checked our facility for the 6 programs that we would be able to be offering at Lowell High School this year. So we are extending programming out of the vocational school at Greater Lowell Tech and bringing them into Lowell High School. So we're all very excited across the community to go ahead and make that offering for more available slots for vocational programming in the state.
I would like to see the state authorize 10 new schools. And frankly, I'm not hot on building new schools. If they can find a motel, hotel that they can buy and renovate, I'd be happy with that, and then reapportion everything.
Sure, some satellite locations,
Yeah.
right? That would be great. And
Flip's
ultimately, you could
perfect
have
world.
the education, you could have the education at the local high school, right, the comprehensive education, and then bus them over to the other location where the vocational programming is. You know, it'd be more of a busing cost, but you wouldn't have to pay for a new building, and these buildings unfortunately are costing hundreds of millions of dollars. Take a look what happened in Drake-It. We can segue to that. That vote was essentially 1,500 to 1,400 people voting no to expand that $172 million renovation project at the Greenmont School in Drake-It. So
Was it Greenmont or Campbell?
I think it's Greenmont Campbell is actually what it was
Both,
called.
yeah.
Oh, they
But-
were gonna merge the two.
Yeah, it seemed like they were going to merge the two. Was it going to be a brand new build, or was it going to be a reno? I'm not sure of that. But that was to the tune of $170 million. So I don't know that the state can build 10 $170 million vocational facilities across the state, which would be in the billions of dollars. And we know that, costs can really escalate beyond that. You can ask
Yes.
the people at Lowell High School.
Yes, we do. So, speaking of that, how are things going with the Lowell Public Schools?
Bahou?
Oh, we're asking me?
Yeah.
You know, well, I like
You're
to.
our guest in the hot seat.
Good, I like it.
And Eileen needs your microphone.
You're
I
our
like to
guest.
advocate for Lowell High School. I think things are progressing. We had our largest high school graduating class since pre-COVID recently,
How many?
about 850. I don't have the exact number, but it was the largest class that I know of. So that was exciting times. We're almost done with that huge building project.
Were they all able to read, the graduates?
We like to think that they were, you know. Someone's calling in.
So it was a successful graduation?
Not
Yes,
right
you were there.
now.
Oh, no,
I'm
you
on
didn't
the
come.
show.
You didn't come, yes.
No,
It was a very successful graduation.
very nice.
And,
Okay, well, I'll be
Nice
there
designer
as
shoes.
soon as I can.
and
say it again?
Nice
Fine.
designer shoes, the girls,
Well, sure.
it's always a fashion experience.
Yes, yes. I don't look at it for the fashion, but yes. But anyway, the building project is almost done. That should be completed by
Cliff, you gotta go?
No.
Okay.
next September. So we're looking forward to having that completely completed. Cumnock Hall, I was able to visit it not long ago. It's a beautiful, beautiful building that they're currently renovating. It was completely taken apart. The windows are currently going in. It's funny I
Are
talk
you
about
doing
the
them?
windows. I know. I wish I were. The windows are currently going in. The flooring is I walked across, is great. The library is going to be amazing on the third floor. Wait until that is open.
What is this an extension of?
That's Cumnock Hall. That's the oldest part of the building that's closest to Merrimack Street.
Okay.
That's
And
that has not been opened yet.
And that's
So-
gonna be a part of Lowell Public?
Of course, yeah. No, it's the whole facility, right? Yes, where you went to Lowell High School, it was the extension.
What is the most popular trade that students go towards at the vote?
We'll answer that in a second. But it's the extension in the back closest towards Merrimack Street. It's the two buildings.
All right.
So, yeah, that should be open by September 1st. We're very excited to have that done. And, again, we're starting vocational programs as well. So,
Thanks, Joe.
all great things.
Joe,
All
where am I
great
going?
things.
Rivet?
Trying to think what else is happening at Lowell Public Schools. Well, we're close for the summer. We're doing our renovations. We're putting in new windows, I think, in a number of schools.
Beautiful, thanks.
We're putting in a new roof, I believe, at the Pawtuckaville Memorial, but we're putting in a roof. So, we're progressing. We're progressing considering how old the buildings are. Oh, lastly, we have that St. Jean d'Arc building that we purchased a number of years ago, and we're putting in a $4 million renovation.
And it's
to have
coming
that
along
open.
at the speed of government.
Yes, we hope to have it open next September.
How many number of years until that school opens?
Now, when you say next,
September, not this current September coming up.
And the elevator is installed?
The elevator has been.
now what Freddie means is over a year from now.
That's correct.
The speed of government.
14 months.
And we hope to have it open.
We need to have it handicapped accessible, and that's where the elevator comes in that Ms. Delrossi is asking about.
Yes.
And the elevator has been ordered, and we're
Ordered.
expecting. We actually do not have Skanska doing this project. We have a local company, Watermark, doing this project, and they are. John Haley from that company is saying, Fred, you don't worry about a thing. We've got this. This will be open a year from September. So I really believe that we will be opening it a year from September. At that point, we're going to be leaving the 80-day school in
Freddie,
Chelmsford.
what I love to show people is the bridge at Hampton Beach is going to be built in less time than the Rourke Bridge. And how they do things in New Hampshire, maybe they use special cement and steel up there that let their projects move along quickly.
Sure, and I'm not sure. I haven't been to Hampton Beach this year. so-
Terrible how long things take.
Yes, but the Rourke Bridge is coming along pretty nicely.
At the speed of government,
At the speed of government. It's projected, 2029?
projected.
Yeah, projected 2029.
Projected.
We hope there are no delays for that. We're all very excited in the Highlands and Pawtuckaville, and
this-
even in the city of Lowell.
The water's going underneath the bridge. That's what's slowing things down.
Well, that's why we build bridges.
It's happening in Hampton too, but they kept it open.
Yep.
I'm going to read this question. What is the most popular trade that the students go towards at the Voc? Generally, it's electrical. We expanded the electrical program from 20 students to 30 students last year. We're looking to expand the HVAC program, which is an extremely popular program, and then our medical field. We have two medical options there. How come I can't think of the names of them? But that's
Nursing?
it's nursing, but it's a proportion of nursing.
Hygienist?
Health,
No, we don't have hygienist. Health, and I can't think.
homemade.
Anyway, we have
PCA.
that program. That program is very well supported as well. We seem to have a wait list on all of those programs every year. So those are the most frequented programs. We actually just opened at Greater Lowell Tech a new vet science program. That's going to start this year, and we had a huge grand opening for it. So we're expecting a lot of excitement and a lot of applications to end up in that program as well. So great things are happening at Greater Lowell Tech, and I'm proud to have been a part of that community for a long, long time.
So,
Thank you for your service.
I appreciate that, Eileen.
You're
Thank you very much.
yeah, well, you get that in lieu of pay.
What pay?
Yeah.
What
Voc
pay?
is no pay, right?
None. I get a sandwich during the meetings. There's
they give you- they
there's a
do
turkey
feed you?
wrap. There's some soup. I get some water. So we live it up. But no pay, unfortunately.
But you think like the Lowell School Committee, we do get a stipend, but
No sandwiches.
no sandwiches.
Yes.
And sometimes it would be nice because you're rushing around all day and then you finally get there and the meetings are long and a turkey sandwich would be nice.
Sure.
I'm just saying.
Sure.
Well,
Let's put in the budget.
And I went to the push cart for the first time this past week in Tewksbury. It's an amazing place. Nice fresh food.
Mm.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where is that?
It's in Tewksbury, right past Alfresca's, but it's on the right-hand side where the Dollar Tree is. What else is in there? there's another restaurant. There's Los Amigos is in there also. But yeah, I got my mom some salmon, and it was pretty. I mean, it's one of the cheaper prices I've ever paid for her seafood, actually, too. So that was also a good thing.
And how'd it look? Did it look good?
Yeah, I
Did you
had
take a
some.
bite of it?
Yeah,
Yeah?
it was
It was
delicious.
nice. It was moist.
Yeah,
Do they have crab cakes?
I think they do. I'll check the menu.
So, are we graduating competent students? I mean, Victor Davis Hanson, who lives out in California in the Valley, Central Valley, he said, "When I started in 1984 at Cal State Fresno, I had really good students. When I finished 20 years later, I couldn't even offer a class with the same syllabus. The kids couldn't do it." So some wag said, so he went from teaching college to teaching junior high?
Well, since they can't read, what do you expect? Eileen?
Oh, okay. I think Mr. Bahou is. Yeah, that's why I was confused. You're referring to Colburn Building at Lowell High, not Cumnock, because that is at the university. That's why I was like, Cumnock, that's Broadway.
Yes, that's correct. My mistake. Coburn Hall, of course. I lose track. I'm not sure who Mr. or Mrs. Coburn was, so I do get a little confused. Nor do I know who Mr. and Mrs. Cumnock were. But yes, Coburn Hall, that I walked through for 4 years of my life. So yes,
Yeah.
I should have
Freddie,
been.
All
what's your favorite meal at the Vogue? Question from the audience.
Oh, my
What's your-
favorite meal at the Vogue at the school committee meetings.
At the Vogue,
Oh,
generally.
well, generally they have a great turkey dinner on Thanksgiving that's absolutely to die for, with stuffing and cranberry sauce and turkey soup and all the fixings, carrots and green beans.
Okay,
It's-
now switching over to the school committee meeting. What's
School
your-
committee meeting? Well, I like the Italian sandwiches. They do, they give us a variety of wraps. There's Italians, there's turkey, there's chicken salad, there's
Now, you
tuna
eat this
salad.
during the meeting, or you have eat
No,
time?
no, like after the meeting or before the meeting.
Oh, gotcha,
Yeah, we don't eat it during the meeting.
gotcha.
As much as sometimes I wish I could.
I was eating a chicken salad once during a school committee meeting because I always like kind of eat on the go no matter what. And Mayor Chow had to tell me not to ever do that again.
Oh. Yes, probably a good idea not to eat in a public meeting.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying for public officials, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like the stipends, but I'd like to be fed too.
I don't have a problem with them having pizza. It's easy to eat. You put it on one of those paper plates and
How
chomp
much-
on it during the meeting.
How much of a stipend do you get?
$1,000 per month for the Lowell School Committee. And it's a lot of work. I don't know. I don't know that the $1,000 a month covers it, but it is what it is, and it's a giant with all the phone calls, the emails, the contacts that you, people that are contacting you, answering their questions back, visiting schools. There's a lot to it. There's an awful lot to it. But yes, $1,000 per month.
And city councilors make what, twice that?
I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe $2,000 per month.
And
I forgot, but I have to leave about 7:40. I have to take my son on his next vacation. He's going to Saugus, but then going to the Cape. But his friend's mom is gonna bring him down the rest of the way to the Cape.
Oh, hey, while I have you here before we move on, Cliff, next Friday, July 3rd, had you made a decision?
I'm still up in the air.
So, Eileen, we might have a show next Friday.
Okay. Will he know by Monday?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we know, are they going to be in the office at,
No,
Friday's considered a federal holiday.
Cliff, they're not going to be there Thursday either. That's secret. Shh, don't tell anybody. We're taking Thursday and Friday. We don't care it's the 250th anniversary. We want our time off.
It's a big anniversary.
The rest of
200th in Lowell.
I get a kick out of. They walk out of City Hall We're off, and they demand the bank be open
What bank?
so they can cash their check. They demand the bank be. We're done, but you bankers better be open. It's not right.
Well, some
bank-
people work hard.
Really,
I was leaving the
tell me who.
building at 7 o'clock last night, and I ran into the mayor, who had been working in his office.
A
So,
diligent man. Yes, he works very
It
hard.
doesn't mean the mayor's not working. It doesn't mean the mayor's not working on Thursday, July 2nd.
yeah,
The mayor's always working.
yeah.
So the actual federal holiday is July 3rd.
That's correct.
So the bankers only work Thursday, not Friday, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so Victor Davis Hanson said 20 years later he can't use the same syllabus. Students aren't ready for it.
I mean, then their parents will call the college and threaten to sue them because it's the generation of helicopter parents. My sister was a professor at one of the colleges, I believe Anna Maria, and she was saying like these kids they have no respect for timelines or getting things in, and they just think that it doesn't matter. And I said, I can believe that. And then parents do call and complain today in colleges.
And this is the state, fortunately, of education these days. School systems bend over backwards for the students. And the education has been watered down, especially from when I went to school 40 years ago. And, tardies, absences, plans, recovery plans that we offer students when they don't go to school enough, that, we sort of cater to them. We'll send them over Chromebooks. Yes, deadlines are not being met. It's a constant struggle. It's not just in Lowell. My girlfriend lives in Beverly, and it's like that in Beverly Public Schools as well, which is, 40 miles from here and considered a different type of school system. And still they struggle over there with getting kids to school, getting them to turn in their paperwork. And I see it firsthand. And then it comes down to graduating the students. Truthfully, the state pushes school systems to graduate students. Are they prepared? I can't say that they are. I wish they were more prepared.
But I mean, just the lack of accountability on the student to be respectful of a deadline. I remember being in college and high school and how big that was. I've always believed that the school committee should receive as much as city councilors. Thank you. They have much more work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of reading. It's a lot of understanding and knowing what they're doing outside of them actually telling the public. Like, it's reading the fine print and being able to question them. That's what I think.
Sure, there's a lot of work to it. I mean, you see the size of our packets. If our packets are not 60 pages per meeting, then there's not much of a packet. But we've had packets that come in with 140 pages, and there I am reading every single item that's being presented, because it's important that we represent the school system as best as we can.
Do you count like how much each paper they use is worth in cents and multiply it by 140?
I don't count that. I read the information and try to fill myself with as much knowledge as I can.
Well, my favorite example of that is Dr. Carla Brooks-Bear. I'm down there as a volunteer for LTC, and I'm covering the cameras for the school committee meeting. And Dr. Carla Brooks-Bear is dropping a New York City-sized telephone book on all the school committee's desks right during the meeting. Boom, boom, boom. She's marching around the room. If I were the mayor, I would have said, Dr. Bear, kindly read that to us. And she would never do that again.
There's a lot of information
too much information.
Sometimes it can be too much.
'Cause
I read it all personally.
But Freddie, I bet you I look at the city council packet, and the tensile strength of a barrel is not important, but why it's in their packet, I don't know. Stupid.
You're calling it too much information.
Exactly.
I can understand that.
And it's on the website. Yeah, the website's too freaking big. It has a piss poor search engine.
Yeah.
That's the difficult thing, the website. So I don't refer to the website. I mean, I don't look at my packet. I do like the hard copy.
Home run, Mr. Bahou. I commend you for having the guts to say what everyone feels, Jay. Yes, that's a very beautiful value of committee member Bahou. He has no filter.
Well, so moving
Probably
on.
why we get along.
The Boston Globe says, mass education leaders propose new high school graduation requirements. We voted out MCAS. I've wondered if was abolition really a teacher union thing? Because I thought that was part of the agreement with the state would provide more money and MCAS would provide accountability. So
MCAS can't really go away until they come up with another assessment.
But they're not publishing it anyway.
No, there were meetings. Remember last year we went to that jigsaw, at the senior center?
I'm going to barge in here real quick just to do these 3 announcements. Tara Hung's having a party tonight, 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the Sampaio Meese Restaurant, 450 Chelmsford Street. Hope to see you over there. It's a party for Tara Hung. And then over the weekend, the East End's having a nice cookout. And they're going to have hot dogs, hamburgers. They don't care where you live. Come on over to the East End Club. I'm sure everything will be reasonably priced. And have a good time. And lastly, the data center. They're having a meeting on Data Center Public Forum, Monday, June 29th. So if you want to talk about the data center, get over there Monday, June 29th, 6 to 7 p.m. at the Butler School.
Look at that, getting community friendly. A public forum. That's nice.
And I don't know if 1 hour is enough.
1140 Gorham Street. Hope to see you out there. Back to you, kids.
Right.
So I read an article that suggested that China is agitating American citizens about data centers as a way of slowing down our participation in the artificial intelligence race.
Well, you can say that, Cliff, but we do see that, what's happening in Markley is, a giant facility in the center of the city of Lowell that has how many hundreds of thousands of gallons of fuel on site there, and they're looking to increase it by hundreds of thousands of more gallons of fuel. And just to cool down the computers that filter all of this artificial intelligence information. I was seeing something on a news report recently that says 12 people work there. So it's a huge facility. It's taking in all of this data, and ultimately, it is where the Prince Grotto was, and we know how many people you could fit in the Prince Grotto that many years ago. And it's all computers and infrastructure, and hundreds of thousands of gallons of fuel.
Freddie, it was the Prince Macaroni plant.
There you go, the Prince
The
Macaroni
Grotto
plant.
was the restaurant.
That's correct. Yes. So, how safe is it for a community? My son is looking for a house, and he showed me a beautiful property on Corbett Street. I said, son, that's in the backyard of the data center.
Well,
is that really where you want to be?
The high power wires that go over your house, they're a hazard too. There's a certain hazards we have to live in this lifestyle. Just be glad we don't live in merry old England where it's 100 degrees and nobody has air conditioning.
Right, and I understand that.
And
Right.
see, United States could be just as bad, but we have an abundance of electricity, and merry old England, which is older than us, does not.
But there should be some type of restrictions on data centers where they do not need to be in the center of cities. It's, it creates smog, it creates major issues, safety issues. I mean, I watched, one or two of the meetings where people are saying vegetation is dying in their yards that have been there for, 50, if not 100 years, their lifetime.
Well, we have a local government that does not have the guts to push that power place, that data center around. They don't have the courage. They don't have the guts. They don't have the guts you have, Freddie. The city manager does not have the guts you have.
That's why, John, I'm not elected on the city council, because people don't want me there. And I get it, and I don't want to be there. I'd much rather be on the school
Golden's
committee.
just looking
I know
for
people want me there
a rubber
either.
stamper. Are you a rubber stamper? Can you take direction from me?
No, I ran my own business for a long time, John. I didn't know how to rubber stamp anything.
So where you gotta be?
I think
I still run a business, the window shop.
I think that them actually putting together a meeting at the Butler is like a first step in the moratorium, which is nice to see. But anyways, I have to go. Everyone have a nice weekend.
Eileen, thanks for the donut. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Remember,
Eileen.
if you find any old Bed Bath & Beyond coupons, Eileen Delrossi, call me. Thank you.
I love it. See you, Eileen. Have a great weekend.
You too. I'm gonna leave this with you so you can check it out.
Okay.
But to have some restrictions on data centers, in the western part of the state, we have a lot of land. Why,
Yeah.
why we're not utilizing that land, which is truthfully underdeveloped, and could, increase your tax base across the state, including a part of the state that doesn't have a lot of funding, it might be a better option than to put them in the smack dab in the middle of the city.
Oh, I agree with you.
Thank you.
But we need the data centers.
Unfortunately, we need the data centers. Yep, we do. But there is a place for them, and the place is not necessarily in the neighborhood of South Lowell.
Yeah.
And,
They ain't gonna move.
I know it's not going anywhere. They own the rights. They own the rights. But do we want them to expand? I don't know that I do. Not in the city of Lowell.
I agree.
So anyway, way back to mass government. State officials want to introduce new tests in core subjects that could influence whether students will get a diploma, but that's the same as MCAS. I mean, how is that a step forward?
They're looking for a standardized system. They're looking for a standardized system across the state, and they're saying that it's going to be equal for all students across the state. The students are to develop their own personal action plans to enhance their education, and it's it's what the state's pushing, and it seems like the Secretary of Education, I believe the guy's name is Drake, is advocating for this, as is the governor. And they are looking, the MCAS vote was sort of a slap in the face to the government, and the state government. The state government is rebutting with this. It's sort of like the state government in the 72% audit thing, right? It was a slap in the face to them, so they keep pushing back on it. If state government doesn't like it, then they will try to push back. Is it something that could work? Well, MCAS, truthfully, we like to boast that we have some of the best education in the country. I know, Cliff, you have some data that proves that incorrect. However, I also like to think that Massachusetts is one of the leaders in education, comprehensive high school and junior high school education across this country. But that's just one man speaking.
Got a bunch of texts I'm going to read to you guys. And first one, FYI, there are reportedly PFAS, that's little plastic particles, in the water at these data centers. Understood? Next one, if everyone is so concerned about water consumption, then maybe some of the people who water their grass should be put on a ban. The educational system in the United States has been a three-ring circus since 1979, the day the federal government got involved. Unfortunately, it was approved by the city council, so they bear some of the responsibility and should have done their homework. That's the last text.
What was approved by the city council?
The data center.
The data center. Back about, what, 14 years ago?
I don't know.
When it got implemented?
I don't know.
Yeah, at least 10.
But I believe they gave them a TIF.
Oh, of course they did. Yeah, right. They wanted to fill that spot, and they gave them some type of discount.
But I mean, the city council has been the city of Lowell has been trying to roll their own wheel for a long, long time, and it's a better city because of it. A home run on the Cross Point. That thing could have just been a fiasco, but we lucked out. We made a we could have done a better job with the data center, but it is what it is.
We were sort of in a rush to fill it up, and I don't know if anybody knew what a data center was 10, 12, 14 years ago when, they came in and they put the gates up and they...
Well, this Markley guy's a visionary guy. The only big problem I have is his security guards walking around with machine guns. Oh my God, they're not machine guns. I don't care. It's my words, not yours.
I didn't know that. They actually have machine guns over at the facility?
They have automatic weapons, yeah.
Wow.
What looks to be a long gun.
They have a weapon.
With automatic capacity.
They got a weapon.
People, they've sent me pictures.
Interesting.
And it shouldn't be walking around the property with that. For what?
We don't need that.
No.
We're putting too many people in harm's way. And listen, people don't love the data center. So,
hey, I ask my phone questions all day long. Data centers can be good, but Markley is a terrible neighbor, and the city, who has no balls, doesn't want to push them around. I would tell the data center, you will put a chimney on all of those generators, and you'll reduce the noise, or we're going to find a way to find the daylights out of you, like $1 million a day.
they make a lot of money, John, because they're sprouting up across the country.
The city doesn't have the balls to go after them.
Well, I mean, they're so lawyered up, even if the city went after them, that there would be some extreme pushback.
A good first step was passing this thing, no more construction. Bam! They didn't see that ball coming.
No.
And now they know, like, they're sitting on the bench going, like, how do we get this? How do we get back to the city? And it's just, get rid of the freaking noise, man.
Get rid of the noise.
Get rid of the noise.
Right. And realistically work with the people that live within that general area. Develop a public relations plan that's going to work with everybody. Don't just throw money at a firehouse and build them a new kitchen or buy them some new appliances and think that you're going to get approved.
And this water thing they're talking about, how much water is taken from Hales Brook that has not been cleaned?
That's a big question. That's a major question. Especially with the plastic, the PFAS, in the water, how unhealthy is that?
Well, I don't think they're introducing plastic, but if they're running through plastic pipes, you're going to get some PFAS out of plastic pipes.
Cliff, back to you.
So anyway, and John should be wildly excited about this, the overhaul would require students to demonstrate financial literacy, learn how to use artificial intelligence, complete a capstone project, and some other things. So in some ways, we're going forward and making progress.
The financial literacy piece, and I've read these articles, is really minimized to what they're trying to do, where I think it should be a more of a elaborate plan, because they also mentioned civics in that, where that would be part of the MyCap, the student developing their own personal growth. I've been pushing for financial literacy in Lowell Public Schools. We're expecting a report this July meeting. That's really important. But some of that stuff is more reading. It's more about the core. It's more about the science and the math and the English. in the history, but it's sort of limited, on the financial literacy, on the civics, on stuff that affects people as they leave high school. So it should be looked at, even more so, and I'm just not sure with the control that the Secretary of Education has on it, because it seems more something that's more of the same to what MCAS was.
I just don't like that it's not published anywhere. See, back, I could get it up there that proved that Lowell's proud to be the 275th smartest schools. There's 275 schools get better grades than us in Massachusetts. And we don't give the superintendent any kind of goal.
And I'm an advocate of, realistically, if we want to compare the 275 school districts, Wayland and Westwood and Lexington and Chelmsford and Sudbury and all these amazing, and Boxford and Concord and all these wonderful towns. I'm a firm believer in comparing us to the gateway cities like Lynn and trying to think of Lawrence, Chelsea, Revere, where we stand, because ultimately we have a much different type of population. Single parent household population, some no household parents.
Yesterday we had the MCAS scores. Chelmsford was the 67th smartest school in the state. Greater Lowell Tech, 122nd.
Outstanding work.
Tewksbury, 157. Tingsboro, 216. Drake, 213. 223. Lowell, proudly at 263. Yeah. Charter School, embarrassingly, 264. Lowell Collegiate Charter School, 321.
Well, don't forget, John, I'd love you to crunch the data for the gateway cities and see where Lowell is with that. Again, it's a much bigger school system.
It's hard to get the data, Fred.
It's 15,000 students, or 14,000 students.
I think it was Evelyn Thorne was able to dig in and find this data.
Right.
I couldn't find it.
Right, and I'll try to dig the data. I know how to find the data, but I've got to. I don't want to call it cherry pick, but I'm going to pick cities that are more, what should I say, similar to Lowell, Mass. And let's be real, people were huge advocates of the charter schools for years. And if you looked at those charter school numbers, Lowell Public Schools had better numbers than them. And Lowell Public Schools has to take in all the students, where the charter schools might not be able to offer an IEP, individual education plan, or a special education plan to the state. So they'll just say, okay, go to Lowell, go to Lowell. So ultimately, it's sort of not a true apples to apples comparison when you compare
Freddie,
Lowell Public to Lowell Charter
the numbers,
Schools.
when we look at the numbers for the charter school,
They're below Lowell, Joe.
why would you send your kid there?
What's that?
Why would you send the kid to the charter school?
That's a great question.
264.
I've been asking that question for a while.
264 and 321.
Sure, and we need to keep letting people know that Lowell Public Schools has so much more to offer. And it's not just the education, it's also the sports,
Freddie,
right?
the jewel in the community is Greater Lowell.
I got you.
Greater Lowell.
I got you. And unfortunately, that's going to change with this whole new lottery plan.
Oh.
That's going to change.
You didn't have to bring that up.
Yeah, well, I think I've only got 5 minutes left.
I got one more to go here, then we'll shut off the text for the day. So we got 2 texts here. I hope Fred has a great 250th 4th of July. That's from Bart.
Thanks, Bart.
And financial lesson number 1. Parents, stop giving kiddos money. Teach them to earn a buck is better than a handout. Great show today.
Money doesn't show up on trees. I absolutely
Jay, I'm
agree
glad
with
you're
that.
not my dad.
So, Fred,
Yes. 7:55. You got 4 minutes, Cliff.
your parents were immigrants?
They were.
So, we have a big immigrant issue in the United States. And I'm wondering, between us and the immigrants, what are the duties, the rights, and the responsibilities? what do immigrants owe us? What do we owe immigrants? And I got this from reading Pope Leo's encyclical on artificial intelligence. The first third was this kind of issue.
Well, do we owe immigrants anything? I mean, ultimately, let's be real, what the immigrants have done is they've brought in the sense of community, right? If you go to, and Lowell has all these wonderful festivals. They have Greek festivals, they have Hispanic festivals, they have
Time is short,
African
Fred.
festivals.
Time is short.
Say it again?
Time is short.
Time to shop?
Time is short.
Time is short. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I'll limit what I have to say. So ultimately, the immigrants bring in the sense of community, and sometimes the city and the state look at this, sense of community and look sort of down their nose at it because they don't speak English as a first language. They didn't ultimately go to school in those schools, in that school system. They sort of don't know anybody. So the city should realistically try to go ahead and work with the immigrant population so that the immigrants can sort of be heard and be understood, because the immigrants realistically are looked at in a much different light that's truthfully not fair to the overall community.
Do we risk immigrants coming in and changing the demographics and destroying whatever made the United States attractive to the immigrants in the first place? I mean, are they all going to come in and become democratic socialists of America and destroy capitalism and
The problem
the
is,
First Amendment and all that?
the problem is, truthfully, is the state throws too much money at, people. They will give them insurance. They will give them housing.
Well, how do
they
you
will
guys
give them
feel about
food.
the
So they
U.S.
swing
Congress,
them.
U.S. Congress ignoring the fact we need to bring the laws for immigration to 2026 instead of 1946.
Well, it's more recent than that, but yeah,
I love to
the
be
laws
corrected, Cliff.
need to be updated.
I think you know what I meant, Cliff.
The laws need to be updated.
We should
laws-
push our senators and congressmen to do that. Thanks for nothing.
The laws definitely need to be updated. I mean, I remember the stories of my parents coming to America. They had to be sponsored, right? They had to show somebody where they were going to live. They had to prove that they had a job coming into the country. They had to prove that they could sustain themselves for at least 6 months before they sort of entered into the system. And that was something that was, checks and balances to make sure that, the state was not, having to go ahead and fund them. And I don't know that the checks and balances are there anymore, especially when you consider, truthfully, people are walking across the border. And that has, created a huge problem across the United States of America because, truthfully, there is no guidelines. People have said, I sort of came to this country and I just chose not to leave. And my parents didn't have that luxury,
No.
and too many people don't have that luxury. And
Well, I kind of, to see it on Mondays, we have a...
10 seconds.
Oh, that's it. Well, I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll be back on Monday,
Thanks for watching. See you
and
tomorrow.
Fred will be taking it